Since the NBA's inception in 1946, we've always seen a superstar always dominate a particular decade. In the 90s, we were treated to the greatest of all time, that was Michael Jordan. In the 2000s, we saw Kobe Bryant take stage and dominate the league. And currently in the 2010 eras, we have seen LeBron James rise and dominate in pretty much every facet there is in basketball. But as the 2010s decade looks to end this year, who will be the new superstar to dominate the 2020s? Who will be the next household name? That player's name? Luka Doncic. Drafted 3rd overall in the 2018 draft, Luka has looked amazing from the get-go. So much so, I feel like when it's all said and done, he could possibly be one of the greatest to ever play the game. It might sound a bit premature saying that right now, he's only in his 20th year, but just hear me out. Listen to what I have to say, and hey, I want to try and convince you that Luka magic, it's a real thing. And just before we do continue the video, if you do go on to enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like and subscription. I put a lot of work in these videos, so the least I can ask you to do is leave a like, sub to the channel. We just got over the 300 sub hump. It would be cool if we could hit 500 subs before the year ends. That'd be pretty dope. So come help the channel. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Luka was drafted with the 3rd overall pick in the 2018 draft, as mentioned before, to the Atlanta Hawks, but pretty much immediately traded for Trae Young and a protected pick, which ended up being Cam Reddish, and he's been struggling. But anyways, in his rookie season, he averaged a cool 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers. He was a negative 1.6 in plus minus. He averaged a steal, and he put up 8 triple doubles. And now, when we all saw this first rookie season, we all saw a little glimpse, hey, he looks pretty special coming out of Slovenia, of course. So, we all thought he looked pretty good coming this season. Everyone had around top 20, top 25 play mark. But so far this season, he's looking around that top 10 mark. He's averaging 30 points a game, 10 rebounds, 9.5 assists, 4 turnovers, 1.5 steals. He's a plus 4.5 this time, as opposed to being negative last year. And he's already had 7 triple-doubles, 1 less of his triple-double mark last year. Keep in mind, he's only 20. Anyways, you'd think the basic stats, basic stats, they don't equivalent to winning. Basic stats are nothing. Well, my friend, I'm here to tell you about the advanced analytics. He's first in value over replacement play, one of the most important stats in the game. So he's first in VORP, first in offensive box plus minus, first in regular box plus minus, second in win shares per 48 minutes. And without the per 48 minutes, he's second in regular win shares, second in offensive win shares, second in assist percent, and second in player efficiency rating. And you all think, hey, he might be overreacting. I'm certainly not overreacting. He has looked amazing. And keep in mind, he is only 20. So that means he still has potential to go to another gear. And that's insane. He's looked amazing since his rookie season. He's turning up another level now. Perhaps the most insane thing is he fell to the number 3 pick. The Phoenix Suns could have paired him up with Devin Booker. Sure, they needed a big man, but it's Luka Doncic. You could have put him up with Devin Booker, but Suns, they passed him. Sacramento Kings, they picked Marvin Bagley. He's certainly not a terrible player, but once again, he's not Luka Doncic. And he fell to the number 3 pick. And Atlanta, don't get me wrong, Trae Young is a phenomenal player. He's going to be an all-star in the future easily, but Luka, like I said, I reckon he might have potential. We might be looking at this video in 20 years, and I might have got it right, might have got it wrong, who knows. But I reckon he'll be one of the best to ever play. Sure, it sounds really premature saying that now, but just look at how he's killing. He's averaging 30 points as a 20-year-old. He's averaging nearly a triple-double as a 20-year-old. And that's insane that he fell all the way number 3 in Dallas Mavericks. They poached on it. Mark Cuban, fantastic work to get the trade done. Because not only is he playing well, but it's only going to make Dallas Mavericks look like a more valuable destination for free agents. So if they could attract Giannis or some other free agent in 2021, phew. Because I can tell you right now, Luka is going to win some rings. He's definitely going to win an MVP in the future. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Him and a guy called LeBron James, the only players in NBA history to get a triple-double under the age of 21. So yeah, just a stat. But remember, this league was formed in 1946. Obviously, stats can't track that back far. But Luka and LeBron James, only players in stats were tracked in history to get a triple-double under the age of 21. Amazing. Just amazing. And speaking of amazing, he's the only player this season to be top 10 in the 3 major categories: points, rebounds, assists. So you think your favorite player, James Harden? Nope. LeBron James? No. Giannis? No. Luka, 20 years old, by the way. Don't know if I mentioned that. He's 20. Only player in the whole league to be top 10, at least top 10 in points, rebounds, and assists. Insane once again. Another insane stat: no player in the history of the NBA has ever averaged more points or assists than Luka, but under 21 years old. So every player in history under 21 has never averaged more points than Luka Doncic. Obviously, we're only, 15 games into this season, so it's still really early to say, but I'm hooked. I was thinking about making this video, then he put up that 41-point triple-double against the Warriors, so I'm like, yeah, alright, that's today's video, because it has to have attention. Obviously, you don't need me to validate this for you, but the kid's a stud, and if you don't think so, you're just hating on him by now. Luka also holds the most triple-doubles in NBA history for someone 21 and below. So every player in history right now before they turn 21, he's got the most triple-doubles. He's already got, 7 this season, he had 8 last year. It's just phenomenal stuff. Only 8 players in history have been an All-Star before 21 years old. This list includes Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Shaquille O'Neal, Isaiah Thomas, the Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas obviously, and Magic Johnson. And why does this stuff matter? He's not an All-Star yet. When's All-Star? January, February, he'll definitely be an All-Star. He could potentially be a starter. I think he probably will be, in all honesty. And speaking more about his advanced analytics, he is shooting a 61% true shooting percentage. He's 12.1 BPM, ranked 6th this whole century. Yeah, that is insane. So you think of all the great players in NBA history, he is 6th in this century in box plus minus. He's behind Russell Westbrook's MVP season in 2016-17, Steph Curry's 2015-16. Remember, that season was phenomenal as well. And LeBron James in the 08-09 season and 9 and 10 season. And you think, what do all these seasons have in common? They were all MVP seasons for those players. So if that trend continues, Luka Doncic will win MVP this season, which is a real possibility. James Harden is looking pretty good, LeBron James, but Luka is 20 years old. Then he'll overtake Derrick Rose for youngest player in NBA history. And obviously, Derrick Rose is on that same slope as well, that he might have been a great player. Obviously, injuries derailed him. And if injuries don't derail Luka, I could see him being one of the top players of all time. Once again, sounds very premature, but still only, 15 games in his second season, but you just can't ignore it now. His offensive arsenal for someone that young is amazing. And he was the first ever player in NBA history to record a 35-point triple-double in 25 minutes. So you take all these stats into account, and how young he is, he's only going to get better. That's the scariest thing. He is 20 years old. 20, and he's doing all this stuff now. Imagine what Luka Doncic is going to be like, injury-free, let's hope, by 27 years old. He might be a multiple-time MVP, multiple-time champion. I know, I'm hyping him up, but I don't see how you can't. We are seeing something truly special in the making, and I mentioned the players in those eras before. Jordan 90s, LeBron 10s, Kobe 2000s era. I think Luke is the clear-cut favourite to lead the 2020 class. You have him and Trae Young. Trae Young is a great player, but Luka Doncic is a generational player. He's going to be one of those players in 100 years we'll look back and say, my God, that kid was special. And he slipped all the way to 3rd. We might be mentioning this, you know how people like to talk about Jordan slipping to 3rd behind Sam Bowie and Hakeem Olajuwon? We might be talking about that he slipped all the way to 3rd. I just can't fathom over it anymore. And Dallas Mavericks, you guys are so lucky you got a player like Luka. He is a generational player. You better hope he stays his whole career there, because he will be winning rings. He'll be winning MVPs. He'll have multiple All-Star appearances. Obviously, defensively, it's not a strong suit. He can be a much better defensive player. As you can see, I didn't mention any of his defensive stats because I didn't need to. He's an average defender at best. Obviously, he's 20 years old though, so he's only going to get better at that. Just like his offensive game, he's going to get better. And yeah, the kid's a stud. Like, if you don't believe so, you're just hating. He's a player that we are so lucky to witness right now from the steps. Because LeBron James obviously got to witness him But I was 3 years old when he was drafted in 2003. I didn't get to watch LeBron till like what, his 6th season or 5th season, whatever it was. So to be able to watch Luka from start and hopefully to finish, hopefully I'm not dead by the time he retires, it's going to be a pretty special thing. I'm looking forward to seeing his growth every season. So that's going to do it for me, fellas. If you did go enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a sub. I'm going to be trying bringing out these videos every 2 days or so. And yeah, Luka, he's amazing. I don't know how you can't deny it anymore. The first season, obviously when you look at rookies the first year, you think, hey, there could be another Michael Carter-Williams or Tyreek Evans, but he has not taken his foot off the pedal. He's gotten better somehow again. And yeah, it's just going to be a truly spectacular thing. Keep watching him growing every year and be able to tell our kids and such that we got to watch Luka from start to finish. It's going to be a pretty awesome thing. So once again, if you did go enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a subscribe. Just got over 300 subs. Can we hit 500 subs before the year ends? Probably not, but I think high anyways. Alright fellas, that'll be it for me. Till next time, peace.